If you want success in life, I would like a show of hands. Okay. How many of you want happiness in life? Again, a show of hands. And if someone of you is thinking whether you should have raised your hand for success or for happiness, here's the third question. How many of you want both success and happiness in life? Again, a show of hands. Okay. Hi, I'm Dr. Salia Ahmed, and today I'm going to share with you what I have understood from my own life experiences and from my research about how you can achieve success and happiness in life. And I call this the GPS to success and happiness. This story begins in the year 1987. In the month of August 1987. In January of that year, I was married to somebody my parents had chosen for me. When my parents asked me about the marriage, I told them that I did not want to get married at all. But if they wanted me to get married, I would marry anyone they chose for me. This was what I had conveyed to them. And in January that year, I got married. And when all this arrangement, I went to my parents' place from the university for the marriage ceremony. When I reached there, all the wedding cards had been distributed. All preparations were done. The house was decorated with merry lights. But an unknown dread covered my heart. There was no logic to it, no reason, but I felt that I was not going to my marriage ceremony, but as if I was going to my own funeral. It was so dreadful, the feeling for me, that I used to hold my mother and cry and ask her to stop everything. But of course, that was not to happen. The marriage took place. After the marriage, I went back to the university, wrote my master's exam, and came to Delhi in May 1987. On the 13th of August 1987, my husband complained of acidity and some pain. I gave him some home remedies, but within 20 minutes, I saw him tumbling from the edge of the bed to the floor. I was extremely frightened. I ran to the neighbor's door. I rang their bell frantically. When the neighbors came, I asked him, please look at my husband, what has happened to him? And when they picked him up, they told me that he was no more. I was like in a dream, registering nothing. But in a few weeks' time, I started noticing the look of pity that people had for me in their eyes. I was 22. I was a widow. I had no source of income, and I was pregnant. I became dependent on my mother-in-law and my parents. I was going through terrible trauma, you can understand that. But more heart-wrenching was the pity with which people looked at me. I did not want the pity. I wanted to live with self-respect. I wanted to live with my head held high. And I wanted that respect for herself and from others, for my daughter also. So this one thing was clear to me, that I needed to be independent. Despite having the qualifications for lectureship, I did not get a lectureship job. My first job was that of a school teacher, and I was grateful. I was truly grateful because now I could provide for myself and for my daughter. And that was something that I was truly looking for. When my parents had asked me about my marriage, there was something inside me. I had a premonition, I had a feeling. I could have told them no, but I wanted to be the dutiful daughter, to please my parents. It did not turn out well for me. It did not turn out well for the people who I wanted to please. And that brings to the first G of my GPS. How many of you use Google Maps? Okay. So one day this is what I did, and I would like you to do that now. Open your phone, go to Google Maps, feed in your current location, and then as your destination, feed in success and happiness. Please do that now. I did it once, and what did it tell me? It said, unable to find a way there. So this is what you do in Google Maps. You feed in your current location, you feed in your destination. It takes you there, but it was not able to take me to success and happiness. But my GPS will take you there. So the letter G, it stands for goal, purpose, what is meaningful for you. Very often in life, we keep chasing things which just come to us by chance because others are doing it or some other people are expecting it of you. So you go ahead and do it. And you might even get success sometimes, but you'll find a hollow inside your heart. You won't be joyful, you won't be happy. So if you want to know what your G is, what your goal is, your purpose is, listen to your heart. Don't say yes when your heart tells you to say no. So that is the first letter of the GPS. Please ask your heart. What is it that you truly want in life? And even more important, why do you want it? If you want financial independence, why do you want it? So for me, it was to have self-respect and to have respect from others. After getting my job in the school, in the year 1990, I got a job as a probationary officer in State Bank of India in the year 1990. And that was one of the most coveted jobs in the country. And now instead of pity, I had the envy of people. And I can tell you that I liked envy much more than I ever liked pity. To be happy, you truly need to know what you want because you are different. You are not everybody. You are unique. I would like to explain this because it might be difficult for people to understand what is it that makes you unique. So I'm giving you a very example which can be palpable, which can be felt. All of you would have heard of Michael Phelps. Michael Phelps, the legendary swimmer. Nobody ever won as many gold medals as Michael Phelps. So he has 23 Olympic gold medals. His nearest rival has just 9. Why is the success of Michael Phelps so insanely, so superbly superlative? Because he used his uniqueness to his advantage. Michael Phelps was 6 feet 4 inches in height, but his arm span was 6 feet 7 inches. So he had longer arms than his height. For an average person, the arm span's length is equal to the height. So he had this advantage which he used to the best. So that was his arm span was longer. The other thing that he had which was unique was that his torso, that is the upper part of the body from the head to the hip, was slightly longer than his legs. Again, for an average person, this is equal. Now, this unique build of his body, despite by a few inches only, made his body very suitable for swimming. And that gave him more energy while swimming because his body provided less resistance to the water. Note the word resistance here. There was less resistance. His body was uniquely suitable to the sport of swimming. What would have happened if instead of swimming, Phelps had decided to be a runner? a sprinter. A runner runs best, they need longer legs instead of shorter. So would Phelps have been successful on the as a runner? Would he have succeeded there? Would he have been happier there? Definitely no. So you too have a unique strength. You would know certain areas, certain skills in which you are exceptionally good. You would be better than most people. Are you very good at numbers? Are you strong at languages? Are you good at design? Are you good at science? Or are you good at business? Think about it and you would know. That is your strength. Apart from this, you also need to know your values and your beliefs that is inside you. The skills help you in the outer world. Your values and beliefs are again something. Because if you are not working according to, not doing things which are according to your values and beliefs, you will find internal resistance, a conflict within yourself, a conflict of the soul. When you are working against what your natural skills are, you will find an external resistance. You would see that the work that you are doing, others putting in less effort are becoming more successful more easily. But you are having to put in extra effort. I shared with you that in the year 1990, I got the job of a probationary officer in State Bank of India. And I was very happy because it was a very well-paid, very respected job. And for 10 years, everything went fine till the time I found that I was not cut out for the job of a retail banker. Nothing aligned. Not my strengths, not my capabilities, neither my beliefs or values. But I wanted to be an excellent employee. So I went on putting in more effort, more time, more energy, dedicated myself more and more to the work. I can compare it to a car trying to speed on a road covered with rough stones. What would happen? What would happen? The tire would burst. And that is something which happened to me. I was 35 years of age. My backbone started giving me problems, upper back, lower back problems, high cholesterol at the age of 35, and my hair going gray at the age of 35. My personal relationships were breaking down because I was an irritated and angry person. So you can understand when my skills, my capabilities, my beliefs and values were not gelling with what I am, who I want to be. So this is the P. And you can take it from Phelps. Your uniqueness, that is the person that you are. So the G is the goal, what you want to achieve, what you really want in life and why you want it. And P is the person that you are. Who you are, internally and externally, what are your skills? And is your G aligning to your P? And when you have found out your G and P, you need to create a system to achieve your goals, to achieve what you really want in life. Because Michael Phelps, although he had this unique body, he had a training routine. He had a food routine. He would swim 6 hours and 13 kilometers every day. He would take ice baths to recover, and he would sleep enough number of hours, despite the long torso and despite the enormous arm span. So what you need is a goal or purpose. You need to know yourself. Your goal needs to be aligned with who you are. And the third angle of the GPS is the system that you put in to achieve that goal. In spite of the uniqueness that you have, you need to have a system. How many of you now know that some of your strengths that you do better than others, that is your P. I would like you to note down just 2 or 3 right now, so that from this talk of mine, at least you identify 2 or 3 of your strengths in which you are better than most other people's. And finally, have a system to achieve what you really want to achieve. And how do you put this GPS in place? How do you know what you really want to do? How do you know who you are, and how do you put the system? You need to invest some time with yourself. Look inside and find out what you want. Warren Buffett, the best investor the world has known, says, in spite of the fact that he invests all over in so many companies and all of that, he says that the best investment that you can make is in yourself. The best investment that you can make is in yourself. So, how many of you here believe in yourself? I want a raise of hands. That you are worth something. So, you believe in yourself, so you would invest in land, you would invest in gold, you will invest in shares and mutual funds. And because you believe in yourself, you will also invest in yourself. Because you believe in yourself, you will also invest in yourself. And that is what I ask you to do. Invest in your GPS. And that surely is an idea worth spreading.